They calling me AJ, man. I'm reading the blogs, man.
They
say I got my swag back.
Well, you can't be AJ right now. The only reason why, because you got Deontay Wilder strap, and AJ will never go near that strap. He don't want that type of smoke. But we're gonna get straight to it though.
And I gonna say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put the ice in my bay. Yeah, you riding on me. I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me.
So just to let y'all know, we will be going live after 12 rounds of split decision. We came to a unanimous decision or a split decision. You know, some people had Professor Nim winning. You know, some people had AkHi winning. But at the end of the day, tune in live, call in. We could agree to disagree. We could debate, or y'all could show love. Whatever y'all want to do, we with it. We with the smoke. We with all of that. So that being said, let's talk about why did you come heavy? Why you didn't take the rematch seriously? So like I said, you're looking like a one-hit wonder. And the pressure got to him. The fame got to him. And like I said, it's hard to become a champion, but it's even harder to maintain as a world champion.
Absolutely.
So Wilder reaction, before we get to that, Wilder versus AJ fight next. Now, AJ stated a month or 2 months before the rematch, he said, after I beat Ruiz, first of all, is you going to bow down?
Nah, I'm not bowing down nothing.
You ain't gonna bow down?
Like I already told you what if you want somebody to bow down,
fight Wilder.
Fight Wilder and Tyson Fury, and then we could
talk
could,
about it. Yeah, this is
like,
you just cleaned up the mess you
that'll
made.
make you the lineal champion, because I'm still not sure who they classify as the lineal champion. It's still
it's Tyson Fury. Yeah. So now AJ, he said 2 months before the fight, he said after I beat Ruiz, I want like a little break. I want a tune-up fight. I don't want to hear no Wilder talk. Now, I don't know what changed his feelings. A week before the fight, he stated he want Wilder next, which is an absolute cap, you know, which I don't believe it. You know, actions speak louder than words, and I just don't believe it. So now they talking about he has to fight his mandatories. He have to oblige by his mandatory obligations, this and that. So when can the Wilder fight be happen? Because Wilder versus AJ, right? If Wilder knock out Tyson Fury, he's the A side. I don't care what nobody say.
No, you're right.
Like, he probably do almost 1 million pay-per-view buys versus Tyson Fury in the rematch. He did 300,000 versus Ortiz rematch. A guy he already knocked out, and Ortiz can't even speak English. So the Fury fight is even bigger, obviously, on a whole different scale. If Wilder knocks him out, he automatically the A side. AJ is the one that avoided the fight in the past on more than one occasion. So he the one that people going to blame for, because Wilder, he the one that tried to fight him the whole time. You know what I mean? So the longer AJ waits, the longer he put himself in a bad position, because Wilder turns toward the A side, which I predicted is going to happen, and then he has to fight Wilder on his term, which it won't matter no way, because Wilder going to put you to sleep as soon as he land. Now, when you think the fight going to happen, and when it does, who will be the A side?
I mean, there's a lot that could go on that would help determine that. I don't see the fight happening next year, and I'm very disappointed. Usually, I don't see it happening in 2020. They've already stated, and this is Eddie Hearn. He came out there, was like, "Oh, we got these mandatories, so we're gonna go and do this." So to me, that's signaling that you are not trying to make this fight and push this fight. So we're talking about. I really don't understand this. Max Kellerman always talked about there was this sentiment that it only takes one bad night, particularly if you're a heavyweight, or even one bad moment, and you could lose at any time. So I think he was talking about Muhammad Ali, and he was saying that I'm gonna go ahead and fight the best and the best out there, because if I have a bad night against some mediocre opponent,
I'm gonna look bad.
Then I'm gonna look bad. So he ducked nobody. So I wish AJ would come with this mentality. Right now, he's got this monkey off his back. He seems relieved. And then now he's going back to his old tactics, because he's like, all right, I've done this. I've addressed that. I got my belts back. Now let me keep fighting over in Europe and stand away from these killers over here in the U.S.
And the last time he touched the U.S. soil, he got sent back to the U.K. He was supposed to hang out with these football players. He no longer did that. So AJ, he knows what it takes to be the best. Is fight the best. I mean, it's perfect statements what you made. Ali always fought the best. Never ducked nobody. He actually went to Cuba to fight the most dangerous Cuban fighter and try to turn him pro, right? And the reason I bring that up is because AJ is a perfect example. He cherry-picked Ruiz in a way. Obviously, it was a replace opponent. But at the end of the day, it just shows you, hey, you thought this guy was sweet. You was looking at Deontay Wilder. He knocked you out. So you can never underestimate any opponent.
Exactly.
And that's why Deontay Wilder always fight the best, because he's looking at it like, at least if I lose, I'll lose to one of the best.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? People could talk ish about Naseem Hamed or so on or whatsoever, but he always fought the best, called out the best, and when he lost to somebody, he didn't lose to like a nobody like Amir Khan did or so on and so forth. He lost to a legendary fighter. So that's what I'm saying here. Now, seeing the rematch, the fact that AJ, maybe he fought more American way, you know, the American style, not the European style. You could touch on that. Do you think that could benefit him against Deontay Wilder, or none of that matter because he still got hit in that fight? So as soon as Wilder crack him, it's night-night. So did you see him elevate from a European style to a more of a American style of boxing? Can you touch on that?
I saw a little bit about that, and just so for people, so to me, I think that there is probably 4 distinct styles that are associated with a particular country or area. So there's an American style, and it's really American style, but it's really kind of like a black American style, and that's where you are very nimble at the waist, right? So like you're ducking, you're slipping, and you're doing this, and you've got good shoulder movement. Then there's a European style, which is very straight up or whatnot. So they want you to fight tall. They want you to work behind your jab. It's kind of a stiff-looking style, similar to what Klitschko and them did before Emmanuel Stewart got a hope to him.
And the Mexican style.
And then there's Mexican style, which is
forward.
You're moving forward. You're digging the left hook to the body. You're breaking your opponent down. And then there's a Cuban style, too, that we don't see a lot of it because a lot of them didn't have opportunity to turn pro, but it's really predicated on a lot of movement, like really good foot movement, stop, quick and engaging, throwing combinations. So to me, those are those styles. And AJ was trying to implement a bit of a more of an American style into his game, not be so stiff. And you can see some of that. Yeah, changing levels, like throwing the jab.
Different look.
You know what I'm saying? Throwing the jab to the midsection and doing those things. So I think it's a good look for him against Wilder. So I think he's going to have a lot of success against Wilder. I think he's going to be able to. I think he's clearly the superior boxer. I don't think he has the superior chin, and he doesn't have the superior punch. I think he throws when he throws his combinations, when he sits down on them, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Wilder, I'm not sure if he can throw combinations. It's a joke, but
he don't need.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to with that stated. One. So I would really like to see that fight.
So like my question is like, did you see improvement, and can he beat Wilder with them improvement, or it doesn't matter?
Against Wilder, I think that he can. I think that he can take a lot of what Tyson Fury. I think Tyson is even better boxer than AJ. I think he can take a lot what Tyson Fury was able to do against him. I can see him holding a lot, doing it, making it kind of ugly, throwing his good combinations. He just has to be able to get up from at least one knockdown.
So
I think that he could win. Would I favor him? I would not at this moment. Okay. I want to see a couple other fights, but at this moment, I would favor Wilder.
All right, and just touching on a couple of things you mentioned, the Mexican style. Mm-hmm. I believe Tyson was a perfect Mexican style, if you want to call it that, because he will pressure you with head movement, perfect technique. And just a lot of Hispanic fighters didn't have the athletic ability that Tyson Fury
and bending
Mike
at the
Tyson,
waist.
yeah, Mike Tyson had.
Yeah.
As far as the Cuban style, a lot of countries started hiring Cuban trainers to win Olympics and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And they doing better. I believe
Cotto's,
Ukraine and UK.
Cotto's, like one of Cotto's trainers at one point was a Cuban trainer, and you can see it, that little thing in his style.
And I believe the Ukraine or the UK, one of them two, the lead coach for the Olympic team was Cuban.
That's right. Yeah.
So, you know, I in my opinion, AJ looked good against Ruiz, but Ruiz is such a short fighter that he wasn't in range most of the night. Yeah. So even if he caught the jab and wanted to counter with the right hand, he's so out of range because AJ was controlling the range so much that it didn't matter if Ruiz counters him or not.
Yeah.
Because he has to reach. And even if he reaches, AJ's still out of range because he could see it coming a mile away. Now, the fact that Wilder has more reach than AJ, is a little taller, he could land his jab. He could actually set up his punches. He don't have to work as hard as Ruiz does to get in the inside because he's the taller fighter.
He doesn't even need to get on the inside.
Yeah, and all he really need is one. So and the fact that his power is so intense, as soon as he feint him, for example, AJ's all stiffen up, burn energy. Like he was more comfortable fighting Ruiz because Ruiz on the outside. So he could. The only time he had to be aware of Ruiz is actually even when he hits him, he has to be aware of, okay, I got to move out of the way because he's trying to counter me. But hopping.
So now with that, who do you favor?
Oh, Wilder puts him to sleep, on the meme, posted on World Star, on all the news channel. You know what I'm saying? On CNN, I'm just telling you, it's finna go worldwide with this because he not sending him back to the UK. He's sending him back to the motherland. For real. He's sending him back to Africa. Like he ain't even
that tattoo. You see this? He got the motherland on.
That's the type of power AJ has, man. I mean, Wilder has. Speaking of, this is our last episode where we hosting it.
It's right now.
Right now we hosted and posted.
It's pre-recorded.
Yeah, it's pre-recorded. We hosted it, then posted. But later on next week, will we be going live after 12 rounds of fighting in split decision? And we came out to KO by AkHi. AkHi, man, he didn't KO his own brother, man. How you gonna do it like that?
3P, baby.
So Professor Nim think it's a split decision. Oh no, he thought it was a unanimous decision. But God only made a couple things perfect. That's Floyd Mayweather boxing record, and that's me on split decision. You know what I'm saying? So I always get the upper hand every time. So,
wasn't you just doing push-ups on live?
What was
that? What was that? Because that's right, you lost a bet.
Oh yeah, I went for Ruiz. I ain't gonna cap. I thought Ruiz was gonna come prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He from the desert too. I thought he was gonna be able to relate. You know what I mean? But he came not ready. But it is what it is. You were doing the push-ups for the Wilder fight too, so you already know you could relate to them push-ups. So that being said, I did a full 40 push-ups. He did a quarter of a push-up, so his is equivalent of 10. That being said, I got Canelo strapped as we speak. And obviously, you know, it's smoke season. Anybody can get it. Y'all want to debate, y'all could call in. All these casual fans, all these guys that's talking about, they calling me out, calling Professor Nim out, calling Dante out. Listen, y'all could call in. This is new media only. We talking with facts. So we were gonna have a host. We gonna have a completely different look than what we do now. We changing things up. We coming harder than ever. You know what I'm saying? Every time y'all try to knock us down, we stay getting up, and we stronger than ever. So that being said, be on the lookout for that. We're going to have a call-in number. Y'all could call in to debate. We could agree to disagree. So after 12 episodes, we're going to have the 13th episode live on Sunday. I know I've been saying split decision on Monday every time, so people might think it's going to be on Monday live, but nah, it's going to be on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that around 3 p.m. I would say.
3-4. So
I will notify y'all on the comments. I'm actually post a video on that as well when the time exactly gonna be. But y'all gonna see the live post almost a couple days before that when we going live. So I just want to let all the viewers know, and we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a host. We're going to do it bigger than ever. So I just want to let all of y'all know. So make sure y'all click on the notification bell to get notified every time we go live on Split Decision. If you don't want to get worried about, hey, when these guys going to go live because I want some smoke, then click on the notification bell. If you ain't, then you don't want no smoke. You ain't, man, your friends telling you, yo, call AkHi, man. AkHi out here making us look bad. The Canelo Nation look bad. You know what I'm saying? How about... Hey, you know what you be telling me? Like, can you tell him that and convince him and prove him wrong for all his views? And obviously, they tell him, nah, that's a different smoke. Man, you know what I'm saying? You a casual fan. You don't know ish about boxing. But AkHi, man, he got all them facts and receipts behind him. All I got is Canelo scorecards in my pocket. Man, AkHi got Canelo strapped. So y'all call in Professor Nim with his boxing record. 2-time Golden Glove. You know what I'm saying? We want all the smoke.
And with that said, we appreciate everybody who's come. Particularly we have people who we know that they're going to be there every week. They claim that this is one of their favorite shows, the things that they look up to, and we really appreciate that. We're trying to do our best to step up our production. We work together on the content. We also take in all of your, when it is substantive, any kind of feedback or advice that y'all give us, we take that in. But man, we love y'all for rocking with us, and we keep doing it.
You gotta include. We take all donations too.
Oh yeah.
When
absolutely.
we go live, if y'all want to donate, support the movement, support the AkHi family. Y'all
we'll do a super chat.
The super chat,
to make sure if you want to get a question in, you can do that.
You know, because sometimes I'm not gonna lie to y'all because we're gonna be debating. We're gonna have a host that's gonna keeping up. She gonna be keeping up over everything. So sometimes certain comments, like I'm not gonna be able to read everything, or she ain't gonna be able to read everything, because she definitely is not gonna interrupt us while we debating. However, if you do offer a super chat, that's the time you could get your question. You could say whatever, and we will have to mention it. So if you do got like, you know, a question or a statement that you feel like, oh, that will counteract what AkHi saying or Professor Nim saying, you want to throw on the chat, super chat, we will talk about it. She will keep it in hold. She will write the question down, and she will give you definitely a shout out. And we definitely have our host that's coming. So y'all got to tune in to Split Decision episode 13 live.
Live,
you know
baby.
The rematch between AkHi and Professor Nim on live on Split Decision episode 13. We went 12 rounds.
We did.
I believe we came into the fact that AkHi won. What you think?
It's a split decision. I'm going to let y'all decide.
Y'all decide. So that being said, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and we out it.
And I gonna say